Welcome all. I'm Santosh Chandrachud, the General Manager for AWS Glue, and with me I have Patrick. Patrick, you wanna introduce yourself?
Thanks a lot, Santosh. So my name is Patrick Lanners. I'm working for the BMW Group, and I'm the product owner of the data portal. And I'm looking forward to present you later on what we have built over the last 3 years. And with that, back to Santosh.
Thanks, Patrick. Today is a very special day for us. We are celebrating the fifth anniversary of AWS Glue and are excited to have you join us for this presentation. As some of you might remember, we launched Glue in 2017 with the mission to make data integration faster, easier, and cost effective at scale for a variety of workloads and users. It's been 5 years, and we've come really a long way. And we are so excited to share our journey with you. Before we get into the details, let's quickly go through the agenda. We're going to witness this journey through multiple lenses. First, we're going to talk about our customers who are delighted by Glue and have built their critical data integration processes on Glue. Second, we would like you to meet some of our original engineers who helped build Glue and are still with us, driving innovation for you. Third, we'll do a brief overview of Glue and highlight some of the latest features and capabilities. And finally, we're gonna learn from Patrick about BMW's experience using Glue to build their Cloud Hub data platform. Folks, we have a lot to cover. Let's get started. Since our launch, it's been incredible to watch our customers grow and see their successes as they use Glue, whether for ETL modernization, building comprehensive data pipelines, or migrating to cloud. The explosion of big data and accelerated migration to cloud has resulted in more and more customers adopting Glue for a variety of use cases. We continue to witness more and more customers onboard and expand on Glue. They come in all sizes and across multiple verticals. We have customers from verticals such as financials, healthcare, public sector, automotive, and many more. They come in variety of sizes. We have startups who are just getting spawned through Fortune 500 companies who are onboarding to Glue. We have startups like Klarna, enterprises like ADP, Honda, and Southwest using Glue for their data integration needs. Here is what some of you are saying in your own words. First of all, nothing is more gratifying than receiving the direct feedback from you. This is what you've been saying and makes our journey humbling and eventful. One of the core things that comes out is Glue makes difficult things simpler. For example, some customers are using Glue to build their modern data architectures using S3, Athena, and Lakeformation. The other customers are accessing wide set of data sources like Salesforce, Snowflake, BigQuery, and building their modern data architectures using Glue. Finally, a lot of customers are using Glue for enrichment and powerful data transformations using interface such as Glue Studio and Glue Data Brew. Let's take a quick deep dive into two powerful Glue case studies and learn how Glue made their difficult things simpler. First, we're going to talk about Department of Education of Western Australia. They have a mission to modernize their public school system to deliver high quality education over 320,000 students across 800 schools. In order to meet reporting requirements, the department conducts an annual census to understand the number and type of devices in schools across the state. This is typically a 3-month long process involving manual inventory counting across all schools, financial reconciliation, and data collation. When pandemic hit in 2020, the department had to cancel the manual process and build their automated process using Glue. They chose Glue because it's low maintenance, it has serverless engine, as well as Glue data catalogs integration with analytics services like Athena made it the right choice for integration. They were able to automate their manual process, which previously took tens of thousands of human hours. and complete them in days from multiple months. This is a great success story for Department of Education, furthering their mission to deliver high quality education. Second example we have is Jack in the Box. Jack in the Box, based in San Diego, California, is a restaurant company that operates and franchises Jack in the Box restaurants, one of the nation's largest hamburger chains. Jack in the Box has built their data platform using Oracle and SQL Server. Due to high licensing cost and increased volume, their data platform was not scaling. They modernized their data platform using AWS Glue from their legacy ETL tools, and they reduced their cost by 50%, improved their performance, and did not have to pay licensing cost ever again. Our customers use Glue in variety of ways and in many different projects. A few common patterns that have emerged for which customers use Glue are: they execute modern data strategies such as data lakes and data fabric for scalable data analysis. They migrate for expensive traditional ETL solutions to gain flexibility and reduce cost. They use Glue to catalog their data assets across their enterprise to make them available across a modern data architecture. They process petabyte scale data in batch, streaming, and real time using Python and Apache Spark. And finally, they use AWS Glue to prepare data for analytics and machine learning. It's no secret to the Glue team that our success is due to two factors. First is all of you, the customers, and the second is our engineers empowering Glue's growth and driving innovation. I wanted to give everyone the opportunity to meet a few of our Glue engineers who have paved the way for Glue's success over the last 5 years and are still with the Glue team. We thought the best way was to have them talk a bit about their work on Glue. With this, we're going to take a pause and watch a short video, which is going to introduce these builders and key innovators driving innovation for Glue behind the scene.
Glue is an ETL and data integration service. It helps customers catalog and transform the data that they have in various AWS properties.
We started with the big dreams, but we started small. We started with just handful of customers, and slowly but surely we got the momentum going and things just started to take off.
When we first started, we knew we wanted to do ETL, but we didn't really have a blueprint for how. And at that time, we looked at a few different options and then settled on a library built on Apache Spark.
I remember we started with one command type. Now we have like 5-6 different command types. We have different languages. We have different Python versions. We also have Glue ML and streaming now. So it has just exploded after its launch.
Glue in the last 5 years has transformed to one of the leading serverless services offered on AWS with a variety of use cases for customers, including data integration, data preparation, and transformation.
Glue started out as a service that was highly developer-centric. It ran very slow because it was intended to do very large things over a very long period of time. And we weren't satisfied with the human components. We weren't satisfied with making people wait minutes for startup times. We weren't satisfied with the way you had to interact with Glue to develop something and run with it. So the journey of Glue really has gone from being something written for developers to being something written for a normal person so that anybody can pick it up and use it to process data at any scale.
Glue is constantly innovating for customers. We are running more interactive workloads now, and we are making that more user-friendly to really unleash that power.
So I was one of the first engineers working on Glue. I went back and checked, and my first commit was, I think, in October of 2015.
I started with Glue the day it launched. I was in premium support, and I was asked to come and support this crazy thing we called Glue.
So I joined AWS Glue in 2016. It was before the service launched publicly. It was a great honor to be part of the launch team.
It has been a great experience being part of the founding team. Now I lead core query engine team, which is the Spark team and the data infrastructure teams.
Definitely, the service has grown much more than anticipated, and the scale we handle every day is unimaginable.
So Glue Data Catalog is what I primarily work on. It's one big chunk of Glue, building the service from scratch, from ground up, scaling it from thousands of customers to hundreds of thousands of customers. Yeah, that's been really the highlight.
I've been working on the orchestration part of the system. So basically, the system which allows you to create jobs, triggers, workflows. And I think it is the most exciting part because it is like the first point of contact for the customers.
The most exciting thing I worked on with Glue is interactive sessions. It started out as an idea when we were whiteboarding what eventually became Glue 2.0 and the incredible infrastructure that was going to enable Spark to start in just a few seconds. And I thought to myself, what happens if we put a notebook in front of that?
The one which is closest to my heart is the launch of Glue 3.0, which was last year, where we shipped a lot of new innovations, making Glue 2 to 3x faster as compared to the prior version of Glue.
So we know that customers care about the job startup time and also care about the cost. And we challenged ourselves to innovate for a solution that can offering both. So we're really proud that we're able to achieve like lowering the startup time by 10x and at the same time lower the cost and also keep up with our growing scale.
So first 5 years, I still feel that we have been working as a startup, delivering value for our customers and being driven by two trends in the industry, cloud and data.
When we started, some of the things we take for granted now, the data lakes, were pretty nascent. And it's as these ideas have matured, Glue has matured, and it's become a tool that many customers rely on for their business critical applications.
I think we're just scratching the surface. In this data integration space, there are so many customers still out there who don't know about Glue, who would, I think, benefit a lot. I think we're going to be 10 times bigger in the next 5 years. I have complete faith.
We're solving hard problems for a lot of different customers, and I think it's really, they're really happy when they get it to work, and that makes that. I mean, that's what's rewarding for us.
Wow. It's been amazing to watch AWS Glue evolve during these past 5 years and to know that so many familiar, talented members of our engineering team are still working behind the scene to make Glue a great success. As we stand today, Glue is all-in-one data integration service. It's cost-effective, serverless, and scalable. It's tailored for multiple data users and personas, and it supports variety of workloads in one place. There is no workload which is small or big for AWS Glue. Of course, that's today, but 5 years ago, Glue didn't start the way we look today and had to rapidly evolve. As you remember, in 2017, we launched Glue as a service by developer for developer. We were highly optimized for batch workloads. We were optimized for long running jobs, enabling data warehousing, nightly data loads, driving dashboarding, and business intelligence. Fast forward 2020, we launched Glue with fast startup times, and your jobs would start just in few seconds. We also added streaming capabilities in Glue. This enabled you to build responsive dashboards, build data processes, alerting and monitoring at scale. And it also enabled you to build streaming applications. Now, come in 2022, we we pitched Glue as a data integration service, allowing you to connect to a variety of data sources, allowing you to offer interactive workloads using interactive sessions and notebooks. We offered auto scaling capabilities, sensitive data detection, and flexible jobs, which we're gonna go through one by one. Now that we've grown into a full-fledged data integration service, let's look at few key statistics. Today, millions of jobs are run every week on AWS Glue. We have hundreds of thousands of customers who rely on AWS Glue for data integration and cataloging purpose. As we say at AWS, there is no compression algorithm for experience. We have over 5 years of experience running AWS Glue serverless infrastructure, and we offer data integration category leading SLAs such as 99.9% and above reliability, which is industry leading. AWS has over 15 years of experience running services used by Glue under the hood, and Glue was designed around security and reliability from the beginning. It's not a surprise that Amazon.com runs its critical production workloads on AWS Glue. All this has culminated in a key market recognition. We are excited to earn a position in Gartner's Magic Quadrant for data integration tools first time in August 2022. This is very exciting, an important acknowledgement of growth and evolution of AWS Glue. Here are key bullet points. Gartner acknowledges that AWS Glue is most suitable data integration tool of choice when selecting an AWS native data ecosystem. It scores well on innovation for serverless data integration service. It offers rich set of metadata capabilities such as cataloging, search, data quality checks, PII detection, and data access and logging for auditability. Before we go over Patrick's story, let's take a short detour to recap a few key concepts and recent announcements about AWS Glue. But most importantly, a key question: who is Glue designed for? And the answer is Glue is for everyone. While Glue evolved in last 5 years, our customers evolved as well. The decision-making process, which was centrally controlled by the IT departments, is now decentralized to line of business and even further to individual users. These users differ vastly in their technical capabilities, requirement, and preferred interfaces. Each user has different needs for the right tool to get their job done. That's why we've designed AWS Glue to support persona-specific user journeys and provide tool for each type of user. Let's take an example. For users such as ETL developer who prefer to author data integration jobs using visual drag and drop interface, we have AWS Glue Studio. With Glue Studios, you can author, run, and monitor thousands of jobs from single pane of glass. It offers you a visual authoring experience where you can build your data flow from source to target, offering transformations in between. It provides you capabilities such as data preview and schema discovery as you go through each step and iterate your jobs. It allows you to access wide range of connectors that Glue provides. For advanced customers or users, it allows you to insert your own custom transformations through code snippet. Finally, it allows you to monitor thousands of jobs through single pane of glass, allowing you to monitor your resource usage and the performance of your jobs. While ETL developers are delighted by Glue Studio, there are a set of users such as data analysts who prefer to clean and normalize data using Excel-like visual interface. For such users, we offer AWS Glue Data Brew. Glue Data Brew makes it easy for data scientists and data analysts to normalize their data using visual interface, reducing the time it takes to prepare data by 80%. It offers rich visual interface, 250 plus built-in transformations. It allows data analysts and business analysts to profile data, analyze patterns, anomalies, and then convert their profiling jobs into Glue jobs and run them as their production workloads. All this can be achieved without writing a single line of code. Best of all, as part of AWS Glue, Glue Data Blue is serverless, so you don't need to manage the infrastructure. Finally, Just like we delight ETL developers and business analysts, there are data engineers who prefer to use programmatic interfaces. For these customers, we offer a notebook like interface. Using Notebook, data engineers explore data as it lands in their data lakes or data warehouses. They author jobs interactively and iteratively. And once they are happy with their output, they can productionize a notebook job as any other Glue job and run it at scale. This capability gives you the end to end notebook development and execution workflow right inside the Glue Studio. Glue Studio notebooks are serverless. When not in use, they're automatically terminated. So you don't pay for any extra cost other than while you're using the notebooks. Every year, we have more customers who push us to innovate and improve our service, and we truly love it. Glue's serverless execution has been an essential part how Glue has evolved to support variety of workloads and different customers' workloads. What we noticed is as customers' usage matured, we recognized that cost effectiveness became more important than ever. In order to address that, first we announced Flex Job Type, offering you 35% cost savings. As you are aware, our standard class type, which is our default class type, offers you fast startup times, predictable job latencies, and the resources allocated to your jobs are never taken away from you. This is great for building micro batching, latency sensitive workloads. However, not all workloads are alike. There are certain workloads which are pre-prod workloads, or the workloads that require one-time data loads, or the workloads which are not urgent, can run on different execution class. This is the class we call Flex, ideal for customer workloads that don't require fast job startup times. With Flex, you get to save 35% of your cost, and customer get the same feature set that we offer on AWS Glue. Another capability that we introduced this year is auto scaling. One of the complexities of as a data engineer is to right size your workloads. And the workloads vary a lot based on time of the day, seasonality in your business, how your upstream processes produce data, or the data skew in your data sets. It's hard to predict ahead of time the resources that you would need accurately. This requires data engineers to constantly tune their data jobs and right size them to save cost and optimize performance. This year, we announced auto scaling. With auto scaling, all you need to select is the maximum capacity that you would need for that job, and Glue behind the scene would right size your workload as and when the job proceeds. With, with auto scaling, Glue would automatically scale up to the max capacity and would tear down the workers as the capacity is not required. As you can see, the area under the curve in black color here is what you would end up paying with auto scaling. And the area under the curve, which is a rectangle here, which is a blue color, is the one that you would end up paying without auto scaling. Customers report over 40% cost reduction when they use auto scaling feature. As customers' appetite grew, they needed to access data from variety of data sources. For this, Glue offers variety of data connectors. Glue offers built-in connectors for commonly used data stores such as Amazon Redshift, Amazon Aurora, MongoDB, Oracle, and it offers a connector ecosystem to build and partner with variety of other third-party vendors who can build connectors on Glue's ecosystem. Glue offers a standardized interface against which you can build a connector. We offer tools for qualifying and measuring performance of these connectors that you can build on Glue. And that offers wide variety of connectors as an ecosystem on Glue. If you have any domain specific connector for a specific data source that you may have, Glue offers a capability to bring your own connector. We provide you all the tooling and performance measurements and the key capabilities that you love out of Glue's other connectors, such as incremental data load, parallel data processing, push down predicates, integration with secrets manager. All these are built using the same infrastructure that we offer for our native connectors. Now that you've discovered and connected to a variety of data sources, you need to rapidly explore and develop transformations. For this, Glue offers Glue offers interactive sessions and job notebooks. Traditionally, you would have to set up a Spark environment and connect multiple sessions to this Spark environment to analyze and build your jobs. This was time consuming. It took about 10 to 15 minutes to start such an environment. It also was shared by multiple developers, resulting into noisy neighbor problems. To solve these issues, we announced interactive sessions and job notebooks. With interactive sessions, you would be able to connect prefer IDE or a notebook or even a SageMaker notebook to Glue's Spark runtime. You would be able to detect the anomalies in your data, explore your data iteratively, and once you're happy with your business logic, you can author a job and run that job in the same Glue's backend that enables thousands of other jobs. The infrastructure is ephemeral. You only pay when you're using it. It charged you per second after 1 minute minimum. We also offer you dedicated resources so there is no noisy neighbor problem and you can isolate your workloads and develop your workloads without getting affected by other customers. Last announcement I would like to call out: as data becomes more pervasive, so does the responsibility to keep the data safe. With data privacy being top of mind of our end customers struggle to identify sensitive information in their data, such as tax ID numbers, names, medical information. To ensure that their customers' data privacy rights are well maintained, we announce sensitive data detection. Sensitive data detection is a hard problem. First of all, data volumes keep growing, so finding sensitive data is like finding a needle in a haystack. Second, accuracy matters. The data can be anywhere, and accurately detecting the sensitive data in your data sets is critical. Finally, you want to build high fidelity techniques at scale in a cost effective manner. Glue sensitive data detection capabilities offer you to detect sensitive data at scale with high fidelity. With this, you can build data pipelines which would prevent leaking sensitive data into your data lakes or data warehouse. You can pinpoint your data sets and identify PII or sensitive data in these data sets. And finally, you have option to detect, redact, and secure your sensitive data using Glue's sensitive data capability and integration with lake formation. With that, I wanted to leave you with one final note. Looking at the bigger picture, AWS Glue sits at the core of AWS Analytics Services. As implied by the name, Glue. It glues variety of databases and analytics services together by creating connections between them and allowing bidirectional data transfer. Our strategy is to ensure that customers have all-in-one tool for data access and integration, regardless of the size of their job or their architecture, whether you use data lake, data mesh, or data fabric. We strive to democratize data for all users, regardless of their skill set, by providing interfaces that are effective for them. Now, I would like to switch gears. You have been waiting patiently for Patrick's presentation. We want to focus on our premier Glue customer representing the BMW Group. So I would like to welcome Patrick here to go and describe his journey with AWS Glue. BMW has been our key partners for many years and they have witnessed this evolution themselves. So I would like to welcome Patrick to share his journey with AWS Glue. Welcome, Patrick.
So thanks a lot, Santosh. And I'm now happy to share with you all what we have been building over the last 3 years. When we started our journey 3 years ago, we started with that mission to organize all of BMW Group's data and make these universally actionable for everyone on BMW side. By coming up with the solution, we got inspired by two concepts. On the one hand side, data mesh, as well as the data fabric concept. The data mesh concept focuses on a decentralized, product-driven organization with explicit data products, responsible agile teams, and a strong ownership inside domains. In contrast, the data fabric concept is a more centralized, tech-driven approach that focuses on providing a central metadata layer, automation services for data management, and establishing enterprise-wide guardrails. Where we ended is a combination of both. So we have decentralized data providers and data use cases with the freedom to use whatever AWS services are available out there. And in the central part, so the central perspective, we have the data storage, allowing central governance and centralized functionalities for the data portal to support users within their journey. With regards to AWS Glue, we are using a couple of services. So on the one hand, we are using AWS Glue ETL within the data provider accounts as well as data use case accounts for doing data transformations and data preparations. AWS Glue Data Catalog is residing within our central accounts and is used for registering technical meta informations for our data sets. AWS Data Brew, again, is used from our business users, where we're seeing a huge trend going in that direction, that they want to be using more and more tools for data preparation via click and point interface. When we're moving then forward to see kind of how does our users on BMW side experience that data portal perspective, here you can see the data portal. So data portal is really the main entry point for everyone on BMW side to find BMW's most strategic data in one single place. You can see here different data sets that belong to different domains. And you can also see here use cases as well as providers. These are essential parts within the data catalog to find out how users are using our data and how data has been provided into the CDH. What we have also been building on top of Glue ETL jobs is the combination of the Spark Spline agent within Glue jobs to derive insights within Glue jobs on what transformations has been conducted during the ingest or during the transformation of data. What you can see here is on the left side, there is the start point where we have ingested data from central databases, for example. Then you see within the blue boxes operations that have been conducted while ingesting the data into a data set. What you can then see is again kind of data operations that have been conducted from one data set to another. And that's really an important point for us to really provide insights into data operations for everyone within the data portal to find out if these data sets that users are looking for are really the ones that can be supporting their use cases. For example, if there is a use case that is relying on having GPS position with exact positions, it is essential that there has no operations been conducted on manipulating GPS position, for example, doing roundups. What you can see here is our way on how we are helping our users to orchestrating ETL Glue jobs. You have here the ability to see what jobs are running within your accounts, but you have also the ability to create new jobs. And here we are providing guided principles on how users can be spinning up Glue jobs without being the technical expert on Glue. So we are providing here an interface where users can type in their database credentials, finding out if there is a connectivity between AWS and our on-premise systems, and really helping these folks to come up with jobs in an easy way, manner to ingest data into CDH. On the next slide, we can see a couple of facts and figures. I guess what is pretty impressive is that we have within all our accounts about 20,000 Glue ETL jobs running. We are now at a scale of 4 petabyte of data. We have 1,800 AWS accounts that really demonstrated the decentralized manner of our architecture. And what you can also see from these facts and figures is that we are heavily relying on serverless technologies. So we are using serverless technologies wherever we can. So we want really to focus ourselves on the differentiating features that we can be building for our customers instead of taking care of the underlying infrastructure. There we are happy that AWS is taking care of that for us. And with that, back to Santosh.
Thank you, Patrick. This was great presentation. We all learned a lot. We're going to go to our next part of the discussion where it's live question and answers. We would like to learn about your journey through these question and answers. So I'm going to start with a few questions. First of all, I would like to ask you, what was BMW's business use case and what prompted BMW to move to AWS Cloud?
Yeah, great question. So we had already a journey back then before we have been moving to AWS. And here we have been starting with an on-prem data lake where we have been collecting all sorts of informations, right? And when our on-premise data lake became more and more popular, our challenges to scale computational resources became more and more a challenge. And also enabling new features and centralized systems while also maintaining stable operations at the same time became a real challenge for us. And therefore, we have been deciding to move to AWS for focusing ourselves again on the differentiating features to our users instead of maintaining the underlying infrastructure and services on our own.
Yeah, that's great reason. All for the right reasons you are moving to AWS Cloud. Now that you've built the CDH, which is your cloud data hub, I would like to ask you, what are some of the benefits of BMW's cloud data hub on AWS that you are most excited about?
Yeah, I guess we are most excited really about the central data portal that really provides a holistic view over all BMW's group strategic data on a worldwide basis. And on the second hand, it enables our users to find data and to create insights literally within minutes on really one place, right? So the data portal. And I guess that's really kind of where we are super proud that we have been able to achieve that over 3 years, and really providing to our users that view across all data that we have on BMW side.
Okay, thanks, Patrick. It certainly feels like CDH or your cloud data hub is a critical component within BMW. I would like to understand how CDH enables BMW's business or how it delights your internal customers.
Yeah. So we have a great variety of different use cases that are supporting all our critical processes on BMW's side. To just pick 2 examples, we have, for example, use cases that are using vehicle telemetry data to improve our user experience of our customers. And one second use cases is more on the side of creating reports and dashboards to really support our decision making based on actual data. And here having data really in a central place, accessible for everyone, is really key for driving the next steps on our side.
Got it. Very well. Uh, the fourth question I have is, how is Glue used in BMW's data hub and how long you've been using Glue in building your cloud data hub?
Yeah. So when we start off building the cloud data and the data portal, we directly use Glue services, right? So we are using now Glue for 3 years. And like I have been showing in our presentation beforehand, is the data catalog. So the Glue data catalog is a central element for all our metadata management. And then the other side, we are also using Glue ETL for all the data transformations, then Glue Studio and Data Brew or again also use as an abstraction for also doing data preparation within our providers and consumers accounts, which gives our users, again, the flexibility to focus on their core mission instead of doing the heavy lifting on providing these services. And by that, I want to really thank you that you are taking that over for us, that we can focusing ourselves on the core mission of what we are up for doing.
That's our pleasure. I mean, looks like you're using wide variety of Glue's capabilities. I would be interested in knowing any recent features or capabilities that have been useful for building your CDH platform.
Yeah, there have been really kind of a couple of features that have been key for us that really simplified the work from the CDH platform perspective, but also from our actual users. So the data catalog resource links for cross-account sharing allowed us really to simplify our architecture and also reducing drastically our operational efforts. Before, we had to build a custom solution on our own to synchronize the Glue data catalog meta informations between the accounts, right? And with data catalog resource links, we can now get rid of that custom build solution and really use the things that are coming out of the box from your side. Second topic that is also really leading us forward with a new tool is Glue ETL v2, with its improved startup times, has overall enabled us to provide data faster than we were able to do beforehand. And thirdly, I would name kind of Glue Interactive Session with Data Brew, for example, that enables now our analysts and business users to accelerate the time it takes to create transformation jobs or working with data. So that also drastically improved their work with data.
Wow, it's great to know that you're using or consuming all the innovations that we did in last 12 months. It's really
Absolutely.
delightful to see that. Now we're gonna go into future. You've been our great customers. You're participating in our 5th anniversary. What would you be excited about if you were to participate in our 10th anniversary celebrations?
I mean, I would be happy to be again at a place here, having that chat with you. I guess it's hard really to say what will be in the future, right? But in my opinion, kind of data usage will be becoming more omnipresent than it is today, right? And I hope that we on BMW side we will be becoming more and more data driven in our decisions, hoping that CDH will be helping our folks there to becoming that. And what I would love, when I would have a wish to AWS, right, then I would love to see further developments from AWS on streamlining the data journey for non-technical users. To have the right tools at hand to work with data in a fully self-service fashion is, in my opinion, key to really enable also our folks again on BMW's side to work with data that we have.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more, and would be happy to join in this journey. And hopefully, we have another presentation 5 years from now. Thanks, Patrick, for joining us today, and thank you all for joining in celebrating Glue's 5th anniversary. It's been an exciting 5 year of innovation and customer obsession, and we can't wait any longer to have the next 5 years delivering for our customers and innovating for our customers. Thank you so much. Really appreciate your time here.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.